sinagot niya ang patungkol dito kay sa isang reporter. I'm not so sure kung anong mainstream media yon. Basta ang sinabi doon sa tanong na ikaw ba ay laging nabanggit ang pangalang Zaldico at Martin Romualdez, willing ka ba na yung independent body mo na ginagawa mo na pati itong pinsan mo na si Martin Romualdez ay maimbestigahan rin? Idi sabi niya,
narito ang Balitang Pinoy TV.
Okay, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat at panibagong reaction dito kay Presidente Bongbong Marcos sa kanyang press briefing sa Malacanang. At isa sa mga highlights doon ay sinabi niya na kung hindi pa lang siya presidente ay sasali siya sa rally. Yan ang ano niya. Kung hindi pa raw siya presidente, sasali siya sa rally. Sabi ko, parang may sablay doon sa sinabi niya. Kasi nagrarally naman kami. Ang mga tao, sa pagkakaalam ko, nagrarally yung mga tao kasi gusto nilang mapatalsik ka. So ngayon, ikaw, kung hindi ka pa presidente, gusto kang sasali sa rally para patalsikin mo ang sarili mo. Ganon. Isa yun sa mga highlights ha. At sinagot niya ang patungkol dito kay sa isang reporter. I'm not so sure kung anong mainstream media yon. Basta ang sinabi doon sa tanong na ikaw ba ay laging nabanggit ang pangalang Zaldico at Martin Romualdez, willing ka ba na yung independent body mo na ginagawa mo na pati itong pinsan mo na si Martin Romualdez ay maimbestigahan rin? Idi sabi niya, wala namang maniniwala sa akin siguro kung hindi ko yan gagawin. Di ba? So sabi ko sa sarili ko, kasi yung independent na ano mo, na body na ginagawa mo ngayon to investigate these people who are involving this anomaly of the flood control projects, ewan ko na lang kung yung independent body na yan ay pupunta yan kay Martin Romualdez. Wag mo na kaming budulin kasi kaya nga kami, lahat ng mga pinagsasabi mo ngayon, hindi na nga kayo pinapaniwalaan ng taong bayan kasi marami ng beses na ang dami mong satsat pero hindi mo naman ginawa. So, ngayon, sasabihin mo na, wala, pati pinsan ko. Kung aabot sa kanya yung investigasyon, walang sasantuhin, iimbestigahan. Ang tanong, yung independent body na ginagawa mo, aabot ba yan kay Martin Romualdez? Yan ang pinaka-question kasi tingnan natin na wag puro dakdak sa bibig mo. Okay, iba kasi yung magdadakdak ka sa bibig mo kaysa gagawin mo talaga. Maraming beses ka nang ganyan. Yung dati, sinabi mo, 5,500 flood control projects na ang nag-ooperate. Ang yabang-yabang mo doon sa zona. Yun pala, 5,500 palang problema ang ibinigay mo sa taong bayan. Di ba? Ganun lang kasimple yung argumento. Huwag kang magpakampante sa mga pagyayabang mo kasi yung ipinagmamayabang mo, it might be the problem of the people. Di ba? So, yun po ang ating panoorin, reaksyonan ngayong araw na ito. Pero bago ang lahat, bago natin ito pag-uusapan, help me po na i-like muna ha at i-share itong video na ito para guys kakalat ito sa taong bayan. Okay, sabay-sabay nating i-like muna at i-share itong video natin, Facebook at YouTube. 1, 2, 3, go! Okay, like and share para maraming makalam. And also guys, paki-subscribe at paki-follow ito para lagi kayong updated sa mga balita na kagaya nito at ma-notify ang inyong mga cellphones kung meron tayong breaking news. Okay? So, kagaya nito, breaking news ito. So, sabay-sabay natin i-follow, i-subscribe, Facebook at YouTube. Ready? Follow, subscribe. 1, 2, 3, go! Ayan, thank you very much. Okay, so eto. Please welcome Mr. Bongbong Marcos. Ito. Lawakan na siya.
Good morning, everyone.
Hinihingal ka, Mr. President. Ha? Relax muna. Hinihingal siya eh.
I asked to speak to all of you today so that I could bring you up to date and report to the people about what has been happening concerning the ICI.
May ballpen siya dito sa kanyang left yata, di ba? Kung sa magkano kaya yung ballpen na yan? Mahal siguro, no? Kasi yung mga ballpen ng mga, ano yan eh, exclusive ballpen ng mga presidente yan eh. Not only presidente, baka ballpen yan ng mga, yung mga pulboronic ballpen ba? Joke lang, Mr. President.
At maraming tanong. The ICI, we've come to call it the ICI because it is the Independent Commission on Infrastructure. And that is the independent commission that we are organizing. And as of yesterday, this is the way the commission is going to be organized. Justice Andy Reyes will be the chairperson of the ICI. He was a presiding judge of the Court of Appeals before. He has been a jurist for a very, very long time with a very good record of honesty and fairness and a good...
Very good, fairness and honest. Hindi kagaya sa'yo. Sabi nga ni Lenny Robredo, sinungaling.
record of being able to find justice for those who
Ibirit pa kasi
have been
si Don Man.
victimized. And together with him are, of course, Babe Singson, who I think is familiar to everyone, as the former DPWH secretary. But beyond that, he has always been working in terms of the infrastructure. And as a former DPWH secretary, he has a good idea of, shall we say, where the bodies are buried. So that will give us immediately a advantage when we're doing this, when the commission is doing its investigation. And of course, the last member is Rosana Fajardo, who is the country managing partner of SGV & Co. She is a certified public accountant, and she has, again, with her experience, and we are hoping to take advantage also with some of the experts that they have in SGV in terms of accounting, forensic accounting, all of these things that will be necessary. We have included Mayor Benji Magalong as a special advisor as well.
Ito na yung independent body. The composition of the independent body, Bongbong Marcos ngayon is naming the members. Okay? Isa dito si Mayor Magalong. Mayor Magalong, ingat ka ha. Huwag kang magpadala. Mayor Magalong, kilala ka namin na talagang kung sino yung sangkot dito ay talagang sasabihin mo sa tao, okay? Dahil malapit ka na ngayon sa presidente, ni Bongbong Marcos, kahit si Tambaluslos, wala kang sasantuhin, okay? Kasi kung matutuklasan namin na parang hindi patungo pa doon at bias ka, mawawala na yung trust namin sa iyo, Magalong, okay? Yan lang.
There have been questions as to why Benji Magalong Mayor Benji has been included. And the answer is very simple. When I went to Baguio, at tinignan ko yung mga malabo na flood control project, ay sinalubong niya kaagad ako ng isang report. Investigador naman talaga si Mayor Benji. Kung maalala ninyo, he was the one who wrote...
pero criticize yan ng PCO mo, si Auntie Claire. Criticize yan eh.
As CIDG head, he was the one who wrote the seminal report on the Mamasapano incident. And that was immediately that gave me, that's when I came to know of him and saw that he has integrity. And then again, when I went to Baguio, meron na siyang, being a good investigator, he had a very, very detailed, very good report already. So he's been...
Ganon yung good leader. Good leadership should be detailed. Ang tanong, ikaw? Ikaw, ano ka? Wala ka.
Working on this for a while. So marami siyang mako-contribute. So what are the commission's powers? Well, there was there was a discussion, of course, as to what were the powers to be granted to the commission. And the debate centered around whether they will have subpoena powers and they can also hold people in contempt. Well, upon discussion, we felt clearly that the subpoena powers were necessary. However, the contempt powers, the power to hold people in contempt, I think was not necessary, simply because this is not a prosecutorial body, this is an investigative body. So what the commission will do is that they will investigate, they will call people in, they will subpoena records, they will conduct hearings, and once they have their findings, they will forward those findings to the proper agency. Should it be the Ombudsman? Should it be the DOJ? If it's an administrative case of government employees, sa Civil Service Commission, and all of the proper agencies, doon lang sila magrekomenda. And if such personalities continue to avoid or not cooperate with the ombudsman or the DOJ, doon sila mako-contempt. So we do not lose that power or capability to hold people in contempt should they not cooperate, should they not respect subpoenas, etc. So yun na ngayon ang ating sitwasyon. We are I'm very encouraged because nung nakausap ko sila, all of them are in agreement that we have to move very quickly. And we have to get something done as quickly as possible. Hindi pwedeng mapanis lahat itong information na binigay ng taong bayan doon sa isumbong mo sa Pangulo. Kaya sabi namin, bilisan na lang talaga ninyo. And that's why they have to meet as often as possible. That is for them to decide. They have already decided to meet today to make the organizational decisions that need to be made, i.e., how the Secretariat is going to be organized, what sort of people they need to bring that, where their offices will be, kahit yung mga forms na gagawin para doon sa commission, they have to set that. And when asked how often you plan on meeting, ang sagot sa akin, araw-araw. They will meet every day, and either privately or they will hold I don't know if they plan to hold hearings in public. It's all up to them. What I want to stress here is that the independent nature of this commission. Hindi kami makikialam sa trabaho nila. We will of course be in discussion with them. We will ask them, ano nangyari, what have you found, what are we doing next, etc. But we are not about to direct them as to how they are going to conduct their investigations. And we are going to leave it up to them. As a matter of fact, in our discussions with them, they also said, may we make suggestions? May we make proposals so as to the procedure for bidding.
Siguraduhin mo lang yung word na suggestion, ha? Baka isasuggest mo na, wag mo nang isali yung pinsan ko. Hindi yan pwede, Mr. President, ha? Wag nang isali si Zaldico. Hindi yan pwede, ha? Yung mga suggestion na ganyan, Mr. President, ha? Wag ka na lang mag-suggest.
For all these contracts, para hindi na maulit ito. And we, of course, I said, we're perfectly open to that. What we really want is to fix the system. I was very encouraged because in my meetings with Justice Andy yesterday, sabi niya, we have to make it nothing less than a turning point in the conduct of governance in the Philippines. We have to make a change, it is a fundamental change in the way that we do business. There also have been questions as to why the scope of the investigation is over 10 years. Or the last 10 years, rather. The answer is twofold. The practical answer is this. COA is only required to keep records for 10 years. So those are the records that we know we have, na nakakasiguro tayo na matulungan yun. Pangalawa doon, kaya't we'll do it for as long as possible. Dahil marami na tayong napag-usapan at isa sa napakahalaga para sa akin, malaman paano tayo napunta sa ganito. Ba't nagkaganito yung gobyerno natin? Paano nangyari ganito yung naging bidding? Paano nangyari na ganito ang naging pagbigay ng kontrata? How did this evolve? Dahil nung experience ko sa local government, experience ko sa legislature, hindi naman ganito. Ngayon, we have to find out how this happened. And
baka ikaw lang ang hindi mo alam. Kasi halos lahat ng, yes, totoo. Kasi halos lahat ng presidente alam yan eh. Halos lahat siguro ng mga congressman, mayors, alam na ng ganyang modus. Ikaw lang ang walang alam. O ang tanong, nagpawalang alam-alaman. Diba? Huwag ka nang magpa-inosente-inosente.
What are the changes that we need to make so that we make this into an inflection point in terms of how government does its business. And to make sure that the funds that belong to the people are well spent and properly spent to the advantage of all of us, to the advantage of the economy, to the advantage of those who are in danger areas. So that is why the 10-year period, those are the two reasons basically why the 10-year period was specified. To go further, we are actually now, since we have canceled all flood control projects for 2026, those savings, we already put a menu. Kaya para nga, unang-una, kahit na for the budget na sinusulat ngayon, kailangan na maliwanag na mapupunta sa tamang lugar. And so we have made a menu for our legislators to follow and say that all insertions, all changes made can only be made to the benefit of these agencies here. We'll give you this. You can take a picture now, but we will give you a proper image. And they basically cover education, agriculture, health, housing, infra, ICT, labor, social, energy. Pero ibang nature nito. So that is the first step that we are taking. The other step that I was a little surprised to find out was that kapag tinanggal na yung rule na dati, na kapag may project ang national government sa isang LGU, pag tapos na yung project, kailangan i-accept nung mayor, kailangan i-accept nung governor, pati barangay captain, kailangan tatanggapin niya, titignan nila. And this is an important safeguard dahil pagka nasa LGU ka, hindi mo naman pinagkikitaan yung project. Kaya ang maliwanag, titignan to talaga na tama, na yung kalsada, 8 inches talaga yung konkreto. Pagka may asphalt overlay, makapal talaga yung asphalt overlay. Yung flood control, lahat yan. And so, I have instructed the DPWH, and for that matter, all of the departments to return that. Tinanggal in the last administration yan yung acceptance. Alala ko ng governor ako, walang natatapos na, walang pwedeng sabihin completed kung hindi accepted ng local government. Babalik natin yun. Tinanggal nila in the last administration. We are putting it back because that is one of the best safeguards that we have. So that is essentially the situation as it stands. We are trying to move as quickly as possible. In the meantime, of course, our attention continues to be directed to the work of government, that the infrastructure development continues, that our education program continues, that our social programs also continue na walang patid. As a matter of fact, we are accelerating them and increasing them. So that's generally the situation. But so now I'll open the floor for questions.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. President. The first question will come from Kat Domingo of ABS-CBN.
Good morning, Mr. President. Sir, in terms of priorities and focus, how different would the investigation of your independent panel be compared to what we've seen in the House and in the Senate?
It will be completely independent. That's something that cannot be said if, for example, the Senate conducts, maraming nababanggit na senador. If the House conducts the investigation, marami ring nababanggit na congressman. Kaya sinasabi ng mga tao, bakit naman nag-iimbestiga sila but they're investigating themselves, which is always a little bit of a difficult situation. It's hard to be fair. But they are, of course, as I said before, it's their prerogative to conduct such investigations. However, so as to make it very, very clear to people that this is independent. I would like to stress this over and over again. It is an independent commission, and that is why we have taken great pains to make sure that that independence is respected, is recognized, and is observed. And that's what we plan to do. And that's the difference, is that we can say, at least this commission can say, they have no ties to any part of government. If you look, they are all out of government. They are all personalities who are out of government, except for Mayor Benji Magalong. The reason he became a special advisor is because he would have had to give up his mayorship to take on this position. So he chose to keep his mayorship. I don't blame him, but nonetheless, we can use his talents. But that is the specific. That is for us. the differences that we can point to show that it is in fact independent.
Sir, just a follow-up question. Congressman Toby Tiangco has blamed your cousin, House Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez,
Yan.
as well as former House Appropriations Chair Zaldico as one of the culprits behind the schemes. Aside from repeatedly mentioning that the panel will be independent, how do you convince the public that your cousin and other allies, both in the House and in the Senate, would not be spared from the scrutiny of this panel?
Kaya ba?
Well, there's only one way to do it, isn't there? They will not be spared.
Tingnan lang natin yan, Mr. President, ha? Tingnan lang natin yan. Kasi yung mga sinasabi mong yan, babalikan yan ng tao.
Anybody will say, hindi, wala tayong kinikilingan, wala tayong tinutulungan. Wala namang maniniwala sa'yo hanggat gawin mo eh. So, gagawin namin. All right.
Thank you, Mr. President. The next question from Rich Bon, Daily Tribune.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you tell us more, sir, about the selection process of the ICI? Were there others po ba that who were considered to join the commission?
It wasn't. We opened the process to people. We said that we need independent people to man or to occupy the positions in the commission.
Ito na nga mga kabalita. Ano na ang masasabi nyo patungkol sa balitang ito? Please comment down below mga kabalita. Pag-usapan natin yan sa comment section. At kung di ka pa nakasubscribe sa ating channel, baka naman